Remember a time when fitness was simple, when a good workout meant sweat, grit, and a questionable mustache? Nowadays, a lot of fitness influencers might argue that you need at least 12 different back exercises. But what if you only needed one? Well, my friends, in the dazzling, often confusing world of modern fitness, we're asking a question that might just bring us back to basics. Are pull-ups the only back exercise you need? I know. In an era of fancy machines that look like they belong on a spaceship, and exercises with names so complex you need a degree in interpretive dance to understand them, suggesting a simple pull-up as your sole back savior might sound, well, a little unhinged. But bear with me, because this humble exercise has a surprisingly rich history and a punch that would make a heavyweight boxer blush. Let's rewind the clock. Long before Instagram influencers were telling us to feel the squeeze, there were just humans and things to hang from. Ancient soldiers climbed ropes. Sailors pulled themselves up masts. Ancient Greeks were probably doing something remarkably similar to a pull-up. Gladiators? You bet your chiseled abs they were. Throughout history, the ability to host one's own body weight was a fundamental measure of strength and functional fitness. But nobody called it training back day. It was just survival, and everyone had a lat that could bench press a goat. It wasn't about isolating a single muscle head. It was about raw, primal power. But then came the Industrial Revolution of fitness. Suddenly, we had machines for everything. Lat pull down, seated rows, T-bar rows, you name it. And don't get me wrong, these exercises have their place. They're fantastic for hypertrophy, isolation, and making you feel like you're operating a small crane. But somewhere along the line, the pull-up got, well, a little forgotten. It's like the forgotten middle child of the back exercise family. Powerful, capable, but often overshadowed by its flashier siblings. So what makes a pull-up so darn special? Firstly, it's a compound king. We're talking lats, traps, rhomboids, biceps, forearms, core. Basically, if it sits on your back or helps you grip, the pull-up is giving it a good talking to. You're not just working your back, you're developing incredible upper body strength and coordination. It's like getting a full orchestra to play a symphony, other than just a single flutist doodling away. Secondly, and I know some people don't like this term, but I'll say it anyways, functional strength. Because let's face it, when are you ever going to need to sit down and pull a weighted bar towards your stomach in real life? Unless you're trying to win an office chair race with a very specific rule set, probably never. But climbing, lifting, even just looking strong enough to open a stubborn pickle jar, that's where pull-up strength shines. It translates directly to real-world tasks, making you not just bigger, but genuinely stronger and more capable. Thirdly, grip strength. Oh, glorious grip strength. Got a weak grip? Your deadlifts suffer, your rows feel pathetic, and you can't even hold onto your coffee cup without fear of dropping it? Pull-ups will forge forearms of steel, making you less likely to drop things and more likely to impress your friends by crushing a soda can with your bare hands. Now, before you ditch all your other back exercises and declare yourself a pull-up evangelist, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. Or rather, the slightly less enthusiastic, slightly more realistic elephant. Downside number one, they're hard. Yes, I said it, especially when you're starting out. Our beloved gravity loves to remind us of our mortal limitations. If you can't do a single pull-up, it can be incredibly demotivating. You might feel like you're wrestling with an invisible gorilla, and the gorilla is winning. But fear not, aspiring ape men and women. There are progressions such as assisted pull-ups with bands, negative pull-ups, jumping pull-ups, and many more that I will all cover in future videos, which will help you to work your way up. It's a journey, not a sprint, and a very vertical journey. Like any exercise, if you go hog wild without listening to your body, you can tweak a shoulder or an elbow. Trust me, I've been there. Quality over quantity, folks. Always prioritize good form, even if it means doing fewer reps. Your joints will thank you later. Downside number 3. Which for the most part applies to advanced athletes, and it's, well, they can get too easy. At some point, you'll eventually be repping pull-ups without breaking a single sweat, and the stimulus for muscle growth starts to diminish. Well, assuming muscle growth is your goal here. It's like challenging a math professor with just simple addition. Effective, but not exactly taxing. Now, you could argue that this is when you transition to other exercises, but this is a pull-up video, for God's sake. The solution? Try different pull-up variations that will make the movement slightly harder, or simply add resistance. Grab a weight vest, strap a dumbbell to your waist with a dipping belt, or ask your small but sturdy girlfriend or boyfriend to help on your back. We call this a weighted pull-up, and it takes the difficulty level from challenging workout back to wrestling with an invisible gorilla. Problem solved, you're welcome. Heck, even when I get a step further, try one-arm pull-ups. This, my friends, makes the beauty of bodyweight training. So, back to our original question. Are pull-ups the only back exercise you need? Probably not, especially if your goal is to be a world champion bodybuilder with every muscle fiber individually sculpted. But for 90% of us, those looking for incredible functional strength, a powerful physique, and an exercise that truly challenges and develops a comprehensive range of upper body muscles, the pull-up comes astonishingly close to being your one-stop back shop. In a world that constantly likes to complicate things, the pull-up offers a refreshing simplicity. It's an honest, yet brutal and incredibly rewarding exercise. It doesn't require fancy equipment, just a bar and a healthy dose of determination. And it delivers results that machines often can't replicate. The pull-up is simply one of those movements that hasn't changed for thousands of years, and for a good reason, because it didn't need to. Don't overlook the humble pull-up, give it the respect it deserves, challenge yourself, and who knows, you might just find that the most effective path to a powerful back isn't paved with complicated machines, but with a simple, timeless struggle against your own body weight. Now go forth and read those pull-ups.